Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, welcome. My name is Kay. I am a zero-based cash budgeter, or at least I try to be, and I am using the cash envelope method to pay my bills, cash flow my sinking funds, and reach some savings goals this year. So I hope you enjoy this video and consider subscribing. So guys, thank you again for joining me today. Sometimes these budgeting videos can be a bit dry, but they are so important to do for our budget, especially if you have goals. So I got some lofty savings goals this year. So I want to save $10,000, and by doing that, I need to be staying very accountable to my budget. And with cash envelope stuffing, we can get I think sometimes our cash savings challenges can sort of make everything so much more fun, but it also kind of makes things confusing, which I've kind of learned this month. So I have done my best, and let me go ahead and zoom you in maybe on this first page. I have done my best to reach some goals this month. For May, or actually for last month, for May, I wanted to create some new challenges on my Etsy shop. I wanted to fully fund my 2-month ahead envelope, which I did on the 30th of May. And then I also needed to come up with an extra lawn care payment. And so I accomplished those 3 goals last month. I also wanted to do a little more investing in my brokerage account, and so I put $100 in Robinhood, and then I also wanted to put $100 in my 100 envelopes savings challenge, which I was able to complete as well. And one of my savings goals is to add extra money that I've been saving to my high yield savings account. And then also I want to pay down the only debt that I have, which is my mortgage. And so I was able to put another $240 towards my mortgage debt on May 30th as well. So for the transfer to the high yield savings account, I was able to put $1,300 that I have saved in my long-term binder, and that is categories that need a contribution every month but aren't due for 6 months to a year or longer. So I pulled out $1,300 from the long-term binder, and then I was able to put $200 in cash that I've saved in my 2024 savings challenge, and then $200 from an extra $200 from my Christmas fund and my home care fund, which is also a long-term category as well. So all in all, I put $1,700 into my high yield savings account in May. That is a great number. I don't get to do that but maybe once a quarter. So I think May was my big month. So feeling good about that. And then as far as income, let's go ahead and just review. I had budgeted my 9 to 5 at $37.85 for the month, but I had about $200 in overtime, so I increased it to $39.80. My side hustles were budgeted at $1,100, but I actually got $1,377, which is so great. I did not expect this, so this was a nice bump in the month of May. And then my completed challenges, I was blown away. In the month of May, I was able to save $725 in savings challenges. And so some of that money went into my sinking funds as well as other savings challenges. So I was really excited about that. But I had budgeted $4,885 for May. My total income was $5,892 for May. And then at the very last minute, my friend Onyx over at Budget for Success gave me a super thanks on one of my videos. I'm so grateful to you, Onyx. So that bumped that up to $58.97. If y'all are new to Onyx, please head down to my descriptions and give her a quick follow. Watch at least 3 videos for at least 5 minutes so that your subscription sticks to her channel. She is so close to her 1,000 subscriber YouTube goal, And you guys, she's at the filming of this video, 978 subscribers. So she's only 22 people away from reaching her goal. She is amazing on her channel, wonderful energy, great advice. She's doing a budgeting tips to financial freedom series right now, and she's giving us great advice on her channel. Please go over there, watch something of hers, maybe play a playlist for her. She is just the most amazing person and supportive on YouTube. So I would love to encourage you to head there. You will not regret it. Okay guys, and this last bottom portion is really just how the month went. I just recorded the days I was able to make transfers to my high yield savings account. I did a mid-month check-in on my own to kind of check in on my different savings accounts. I wrote down the income I was able to earn, and then I am doing my budget closeout. So it took me about a week to do my budget closeout. Because there was just so much to consider. I did do my budget. Of course, what I had budgeted is in black. What I have actually accomplished is in this like peach color. My friend Trina gave me some Happy Mail I want to give away, and so I put her stickers in my binder here, and I love this idea of adding stickers to my budget binder. It's so nice. But I figured the peach matched the ears of her kitty cat sticker she sent me. But just to review real quick, my utilities went down for the month. So what I had budgeted was, but my lawn care went up. So I budgeted $27.54, but I ended up with $27.70 for May's expenses or my bills. I budgeted $300 for my pocket spending money, but I needed $310. I was able to add the $240 to my extra principal payment, and then I was able to add $200 to my month ahead savings, which gets me to that. I have in the bank $1,000 in emergency fund plus $3,000. That equals my expenses and my pocket money. That's my first month is in the savings account. And then I have 2 months here at home so that I don't have to run back and forth to the bank all the time. And I'm able to stuff my weekly expenses here at home. So that's 2 months ahead. And everything else is just going to be saved and put into my high yield savings account to earn interest. I figured that was a better use of my money rather than accumulating a bunch of cash for month ahead challenges. So I was able to check in on my credit cards. I put $396 on one and $776 on another. And then I put a Gap expense for clothing in my Gap card. So my total for credit card expenses was $1,234. And just to review real quick, I did pretty well. I put extra money into home care because I needed to buy a ceiling fan for my home gym. I put extra money in Christmas and maybe an extra payment in Costco. But really what happened was I put more into hair and beauty, more into wellness, which I'm super grateful for because the month I planned as best I could, but the month turned out much differently for wellness. This May was much more expensive in wellness than I had originally estimated. And then gifts, I needed to come up with $100 for my nephew's graduation. So I put the extra money that I had saved in my savings challenges for the month to prepare for bigger expenses. So I was able to contribute $493 into savings challenges. So that also extra put a little money into my dividend investment account. And so all in all, I budgeted $18.29 for sinking funds, but put $23.38 into sinking funds. It says here I have a June rollover of this amount, but because I made $100 cash gift, I really only have $342-ish in my checking account. So just to recap, my budget total and my actual income total, and that was a positive of $1,000 in income for the month of May. I was successful in tracking my expenses, and this is where I learned I am not a bookkeeper. Even though I did my best, it is very difficult, I don't know why, to make the numbers match. And so one of the things I'm going to do is combine two of my cash reward credit cards into one. So I was able to pull out $900 from my cash binders to pay for the expenses, which left me a difference of $334, which was that basically was there in the bank account as a buffer. And so I have a rollover of $43 going into the month of June. And so this binder is working out really well for me. This was my little unstuffing video. If you missed my unstuffing, my cash unstuffing, I will link it up here for you to go and watch. And I was able to track at the very last page my income and where it came from. And that was one of the goals I had set for the year, was to do better tracking. So I think this binder is working out really well for me. I have this budget and review page. And just to highlight, I met my goals, and this is, what I learned. I learned that my bills in the cash reward credit cards, in two of them, just were not working for me. One, because one is due at the beginning of the month, one's due at the end of the month, and it's just too much to keep up with. So I opened up a new credit card with my bank, and I think that was going to work out better. There was also a $200 incentive to open up that card, so I definitely did it also for the rewards. I think $200 is a great way if you're going to make some changes in your budget to do, a little bit of an incentive, capture a little bit of an incentive. And then I learned that I'm not a bookkeeper. It is really hard to keep up with checks and balances on your account. But I think that this binder might help me. What I will do this month is I decided to open up the new credit card with my bank. So that's good. I'm going to consolidate it to one. And I just want to give Chris over at Budgeting Just Because a little shout out. She did a budgeting live. And if you missed it, I will link that video down below as well, or at least her channel, and you need to go catch it. It is a wonderful series that she's doing, and it's basically, the mistakes that you make with budgeting. And so we have a homework assignment to figure out our next emergency fund goal and the timeline in which we want to complete that goal. And during that live, I learned I was going to close my accounts, my other credit cards with Bank of America, or reduce the limits. And she helped me realize that would actually hurt me because of the utilization percentage. One of my cards, when it noticed that I opened up a new credit card, increased my limit to over 5K, and I was going to reduce it back down to 1.5K for credit on that card. But she helped me realize that the 5K limit lowers my utilization percentage, which will eventually increase my credit score. So I decided to leave that alone. And it was just a really good budgeting tip. And I feel like I've been budgeting for, at least 35 years. And there's always just something new to learn. And even, using this binder, I didn't know if it was going to really help me. But I just learned having a place to write things down is just really important. And it doesn't matter if you've been budgeting for 10 days or 10 years. Writing down things it helps you see where you're working and what you're working with, where you can tweak. If you're making mistakes, it'll identify those for you. And then also it gives you a place to record goals and gives you an idea of the things you've been able to accomplish, which is great. And I went ahead and put my completed savings challenges in my pocket back here. I think this is a great place to save these as the year goes by. So for the month of June, the goal isn't more money, but the goal is living life on your terms. And so here we are in June now, and I have set some new goals. I have kept my goals checklist pretty the same, which is my 100 envelopes challenge, my investing goals, anytime I can reach a $100 cash limit in one of my long-term sinking funds, I'm going to put it in the high yield savings account, and then I'm going to try and continue to pay down my mortgage loan. So estimation for my 9 to 5 income stays the same. No new news on any changes there. I do have some hints, I guess, that things that maybe my income will change for June or July, but we'll wait and see if that happens. And for side hustle, I have one dog sitting that's going to happen at on the 13th, and there's a beagle that I take care of every summer. Her name is Artemis, and if I remember, I'll put her picture up. But she's going to be staying with me all summer. And for the month of June, I think it'll be about $800 in extra income. And so I don't know what my completed challenges will be, so we're just gonna leave that blank. But I went ahead and filled out my paydays, and I filled out extra income, and I didn't fill out Artemis's income because I'm not sure when I'll get paid from her mom and dad. So this is where we are on our monthly, what I want to contribute to my different sinking funds in June. So I just wanted to complete this section with you guys. Let me go ahead and add up what my budgeted bills are going to be. Okay guys, so I'm budgeting for 4 weeks for the month of June, which I expect to have $2,754 in monthly expenses for my bills, and that equals out to $688 that I need to stuff every week to make sure I reach that goal. We're gonna try and do this stuffing also every week, so that'll be $60 a week in extra principal and $50 in extra savings. My pocket money is gonna be $300 a month, which is $75 a week, and that is the sweet spot for my wallet. So spending money usually stays around $300 a week just for myself. So let me go grab my computer so that we can fill in what I need for my sinking funds. Okay guys, thank you so much for sticking with me. If you're still here, I appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. My throat hurts pretty bad today, so I'm trying not to get sick, but I think that just means I need to stay in bed the rest of the day. What do y'all think? All right. So one of the changes I made to my sinking funds was I had an expenses category that I'm doing away with, and I'm going to rename it taxes. And that is because me and Justin went into an Amazon business together, but I don't think it's working out, and I'm kind of ready to just get rid of that. So what we're going to do is reallocate expenses into taxes. Oops, that was already open. So what I have saved so far, what I thought I thought Amazon was gonna be a lot easier than it is, but it's not. So what I have in savings right now is $600, $700 in savings, and another $12 in cash. So what was that, $712? So we're gonna use that for any taxes that I'm gonna need to pay between Etsy and YouTube, since those two things are my side hustles. You know what? Your budget doesn't work for you. It's not static. You can change it anytime you want. So that's what we're doing. And since I have quite a bit of money saved for taxes now, I'm not going to budget anything for taxes this month in June. So we're gonna do that. Car insurance, I budgeted $30. Car care, I budgeted $20. HOA, we're gonna restart our HOA savings, which I need to create a new HOA tracker, but $34 a month. $40 in home care. Vacay is gonna get $80. And I'm gonna supplement vacay as much as I can for a beach vacation. So I'm hoping savings challenges will help me in that category. Deductibles, I don't have anything extra this month for deductibles, and since it's not a high priority, if I have savings or if I earn extra money in my side hustles with pet sitting, I will add it to deductibles. Christmas is gonna get 80. Anniversary is gonna get 30. Laptop, I'm gonna go ahead and put 100 in here. And happy hour is gonna get 50. Schmoopy is gonna get 50. Personal is gonna get 50. And Costco is gonna get 60. Hair and beauty, we are going to put 150 into hair and beauty. We're gonna beef up wellness to 100. I have a new prescription that I need to take every day, and that is about $100 a month. Clothing is gonna be 20. Gifts is gonna be 20. And 100 envelopes challenge, I wanna put at least $100 in here. And in the 2024 challenge, that is gonna have to get supplemented, I think, with side hustle money or extra savings from completed savings challenges. I don't know if I planned well enough for this challenge, but we are on track. We got caught up, so we just need to make a $48 payment or a $48 investment and cash stuffing into this challenge to be on track for our Q2 check-in. And then I've budgeted $400 for my mini savings challenges. And so I believe this total leaves us with $2 left in the bank, which, you guys, that's pretty close to zero. So the budget is definitely getting tightened up. So really, it makes me nervous to have such a tiny buffer, but it will hopefully get supplemented with side hustle money. And I will just continue to use this budget binder this month and track all my expenses as well as my income. And we will do a check-in at the end of June or maybe mid-June if things change. And that completes the budget for June. You guys, thank you so much for helping me close out my month of May and preparing for my month of June. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.